Greetings, community, and welcome to Entropy and Comics and another edition of Kevin's most anticipated reads tomorrow for New Comic Book Day, 10/5/2025. And here we are once again, and it's great to be alive. I appreciate each and every single one of you that cruises on through. Without you, it'd only be half as fun as it actually is. And for those of you that, decide to drop a comment and or like, possibly subscribe, thank you very much. Very kind. Let's start it off with Mad Cave, and they're going to bring us Speed Racer issue number 4. This series has really been awesome. I've really been enjoying it. David Papos is doing a wonderful job in this thing. I can't say enough about it. It's been wonderful. I've been enjoying it thus far. Can't wait to get into issue number 4. I have to admit, issue number 3 has to come first. They say I got a box behind me that I've yet to get through, and hey, I can't wait to get to 3 so I can read issue 4. Moving on from that, let's cruise over to Image. And first say hey to Jigs and the Crucis. I appreciate you guys cruising on through and hanging out with me tonight. From Mad Cave over to Image. Image is going to bring us Rook Exodus issue number 8. Now I have to admit again, there's another one of those that I've yet to actually read issue number 7. Hey, there's my buddy M. Roberts hanging out with me. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Rook Exodus coming back from its 4-month hiatus. I can't wait to get into issue number 7. Like I said, I'm a little behind. However, this was one of the series I've really been enjoying from Image on the another aspect of the universe that they came out with from the Ghost Machine. And this one puts us in an interstellar type of area. Now, we've only got to see, again, 6 issues of the first arc, which does give us a dystopian style area in which that we reside because of the dystopian world that we had exodus from, which, again, is another world in which that we terraformed and have to exodus from again. And they're trying to hold it together, this small crew of individuals that were left behind. That's where we're at with issue number 6, where we left. Issue 7, I've yet to jump into. Issue number 8, I can't wait to jump in this because this world is so fun. Highly recommend it. I can't wait to get back into it. Moving on from Rook Exodus, issue number 8, and cruising over to G.I. Joe, issue number 13. Now, first, I am, getting the cover A, but however, what I didn't order, which I ended up picking up from the shop, was Mark Spears cover B. And can't remember who does this one. However, this is a cover C. I couldn't pass these up. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Eventually, those regular blades will cut. Just saying. So far, we're getting into now major crossovers with all these worlds between G.I. Joe, with Transformers, and also Void Rivals, which I will be talking about in a moment. They're now all together, essentially crossovers that are independent upon one another in the storylines. If you didn't start from the beginning, I highly recommend go ahead. If you're remotely interested in getting into this universe, the Energon universe, that is, yeah, you're going to have to pick up these trades and go back way back. This essentially was almost a 2-year setup to what we're getting now, which is, like I stated, essentially all these major crossovers that are going on. And as I said before, they're independent storylines that really give us a deeper understanding of each individual story that we read from each individual title. And as I said, it supports one another as they're crossing over. That's just how it all is. And now that we're getting with Void Rivals 2 issues ago, where we're seeing that their little thing entered, and they're starting to become, unified. Yeah, all hell's breaking loose. Just saying. So curious where that's going. Speaking of which, moving out from G.I. Joe, issue number 13, and cruising over to Void Rivals, issue number 24. As I stated before, this was a 2-year setup. Starting out with Void Rivals, and it being, in my opinion, one of the most pinnacle aspects to the whole Energon universe, given that we now know why the Transformers were on their journey. We know exactly to the depths of the aspects of how far their reaches go and how it essentially can be an infinite universe that can constantly go on little branches and storylines. But we're seeing that it was just a result that they ended up on our planet. And all we're getting is one tail of that result. Back to Void Rivals. We're rounding out that 2 years, and here, this is no better way than issue number 24. I can't wait to get into it, and I've been digging it so far. So Void Rivals, issue 24, just missed my most anticipated reads. Moving on from that, and thank you very much. I appreciate that, Roberts, for the comments on the variants. From Image Universe and cruising over to the Marvel Universe, this is a very short list this week of reads that I'm looking to jump into. So started off with Spirits of Violence, issue number 2. I wasn't able to get a cover appearance of the Spirit of Violence. However, the identity and understanding of how the Spirit of Violence came to be was kind of revealed in some regards by accident in the past title, which gave us a little bit of a hesitant release on the Spirits of Violence, being that it had to be slightly altered in the storytelling. That stated, here we are, issue number 2. We finally get a cover appearance. We finally get a full-fledged appearance. We finally get a full-fledged battle coming on, and I can't wait to get into it. I'm just saying, this is what I've been looking for since the last arc and the last series I read. So now that Sabir Pirzada is finally giving us what he's been teasing for now a year, essentially, with this character, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it. Just saying. Moving out from the Spirits of Violence and cruising over to Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 40. I think we're going back to the White Cat type stuff. But that stated, we're also getting some understanding of some of the residual effects that came out from the Ultimate Universe and the Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion issue number 5. Don't want to give all that away yet, but we're seeing finally elements that are starting to permeate, let's say, into the standard 616 universe, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here. It's, in my opinion and my understanding, the way things are going, that we're going to build this almost integrated universe of the Ultimate and 616 because of this box that was brought over from the 616-0. Can't wait to see how this all works out. Really, I'm a little behind in this reading, stating in all reality I need to still do Ultimate Incursion 4, then 5, then read issue number 39 of Ultimate Spider-Man, then 40, so I can get the full rounded understanding of how this is playing a part on one another. That stated, you see, I'm 5 books behind, and I can't wait to get into all of them. Hopefully by this weekend, everything will be caught up. Just hoping. Let's move on from Miles Morales, Spider-Man issue number 40, and talk about Echo, Seeker of Truth, issue number 1. The interesting about this story is, 1, we get a new story by Taboo. 2, we also get a story by Ben Earl. The cover is done by David Mack, and also Melissa Flores so happens to do a little story in there. Also, I'm not only really interested in getting into this, but I am hopefully going to see if everything works out tomorrow. Taboo at a signing event. Hopefully I'll get that signed by him. See David Mack at another signing event at this weekend. If everything works out, hopefully I'll have this quadruple signed. And I still look forward to not only getting into this because of how it, more of the times than not, when Ben Earl and Taboo get together, they write stories that are here in California. Looking to see how that works out. Plus, there are first appearances going in there, so I'm just saying. I'm looking to get into it. All right, hey, let's move on from Echo and move into this week's Blue Light Special. Yeah, it's a little short list this week. I'm just saying. So maybe I can catch up. This week's Blue Light Special is Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 15. Yeah, I got a few. Is it a highly spec book? I think it'll be hot for a little bit, but it might go away. Why? Well, I mean, it's kind of easy to see, right? Read. It's another something they're playing on with something that worked so many decades ago. And I really don't know if it's going to play out to be a long-term play. At the same point, I am so dying to get into it that what I end up doing is flipping through the pages. I normally don't do this, but I was so curious on what this character was about. If you're not caught up by now, you know that Peter got so knocked out of this world that he literally got knocked out of this world by hell, Kate. He got propelled. Where he's at, we don't know. But we do know that there was an individual that was conducting experiments, that there was a lot of individuals that had conducted experiments upon themselves, didn't like so much. Peter freed them along with these individuals, but Peter also knows that he needs the help of his mad scientist to be able to bring him to the next level so he can then battle Hellgate. Well, what he ended up giving is another essentially live suit. I'm not going to give more away than that, which might be some already too much. What I was curious and interested about is how is it going to work out down the road? So that's what I'm getting at. I don't know if it will. Can't say it will or won't. What I will say is that was a pretty good damn story. It was, I didn't read it, but enough to get the gist. And yeah, it deserved a blue light special for this week. And for those of you that cruise on through, I appreciate you, Jigs. That's right? Las Cruces? Yeah, you're there. And Roberts, buddy, thank you so much. And for anyone that I may have missed, which I hope I didn't, I appreciate you cruising on through. And hey, that's it for me. Entropy. You stay well. Good night.